Steve, Brian, and Ainsley look back at over 2 decades of fun. It's true, the beginning was a bit bumpy. But we persevered. And with unwavering support from Rupert Murdoch and his brilliant vision, we were able to take chances. We were able to try new shows, test new technologies, and ultimately shake up the entire news landscape, Scott continued. And if you ask those who were around back then, they'll tell you it was a lot of fun. We became a team in those early months, with a common purpose, to become the best and to prove the critics wrong. I think we did a good job on September 11th, of covering that story, but in the aftermath we looked at it differently than other media. When the dust had cleared, after that story, we were number one, and I guess we've been number one ever since, Hume said. We became number one, and never looked back. And most importantly, we never grew complacent, and we stayed hungry and nimble. Today, we still fight as if we are the underdog, which is a major component of why we keep winning and are remarkably going on 20 years at number one in cable news and 6 years as number one in all of cable, Scott said. 25 years later, our team is as strong as it's ever been thanks to all of your hard work and thanks to Lachlan Murdoch's extraordinary leadership of Fox Corporation, which makes all of this possible.
Hume, Hannity, Trace Gallagher, John Scott, Neil Cavuto, Steve Tosi, Arthur Navell, Eric Shawn, and Lauren Green have been with the network since it launched, while stars including Ainsley Earhart, Brian Kilmeade, Greg Gutfeld, Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, Jesse Waters, Dan Perino, Chris Wallace, Bill Hemmer, and Harris Faulkner have joined along the way. I remember reading about the launch of this channel in the trades and thinking to myself, I got to find a way to get in here, Kilmeade, who joined the network in 1997, said. I had fun with it, because we realized pretty early people like the news, but they like it with a little sense of humor, Dorsey said. We were the little engine that could, but we hadn't quite made it. Gallagher hardly thought he'd still be employed 25 years after joining the network. Some of the stuff was so bad, so many mistakes in production, we never thought the channel was going to make it, Gallagher said. The Hannity namesake has been one of the network's biggest stars since day one, and his show regularly finishes as one of the most watched shows in all of television, but he feels it took a lot of work to achieve success. There was trepidation, having done radio for a longer time, and it was certainly a learning curve for me. My first shows were atrocious, they're humiliating, they're embarrassing, Hannity said. I remember thinking, that's not going to work, Carlson said. One of the many things I've been wrong about. It became pretty apparent to me, pretty quickly, that it did not have an identity crisis, which a lot of the other outlets had, she said. Fox knew what it wanted to be and stayed true to its mission. That's the key. I go out to Los Angeles, meet the bureau chief there, and he says to me, we're gonna go after CNN and they're gonna kill us, but we're gonna go after them anyway, Acuna said. Something about the idea of this little guy going after this big guy spoke to me, and I was in. Think about it, a brand new cable channel going after CNN, it sounded absurd. I could not be more proud of everyone, from the original 136 employees who are still here today and the hundreds more who truly make this place the best in the business, Scott said.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe